So in this film, Ryan Reynolds plays the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Nick Fury, and Samuel L. Jackson plays the merc with the mouth Deadpool. This is the Hitman's Bodyguard. Yeah. Before I get into the review, I am super sunburnt. I am super exhausted, and I got to go to a screening event for this film. For those of you that don't believe me, fight me. Okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna go into like major spoilers. The movie's not even out yet. That's not something I plan on doing. But before we get into the review, there's something I want to share, because this is my first actual video in my room. So take a good second and look at my wall. It keeps going on both sides too. All right, sorry. I just wanted to show off. I'm very proud of it. You guys can call me whatever you want. I've got more on that wall, more on that wall, more on that wall, more on that wall. You know, the usual. All right. Now it's time to get into the review. I'm really scared for this film. I feel like it's gonna get picked on a lot, and it really doesn't deserve to get picked on. In my opinion, I truly adored this film. I loved this film. There wasn't that much that I could actually say was truly negative about this film. There was probably some people that were like, oh, not the funny jokes, oh, action was whatever, oh, whatever. Like, I don't care. In my opinion, this movie was really good. It was really good. If you guys don't actually, I'm assuming you know since you clicked on this video, but this film is about an evil dictator man who obviously is in trouble, and the only person that actually has evidence against him and his crimes is a wanted hitman. In order to get him from one place to the court to actually have the evidence and show the evidence and prove him the evil dictator man guilty, he needs a bodyguard. And that's Ryan Reynolds. And honestly, I've never seen such a great duo in such a long time. And that's weird to say, because I feel like there's so many great duos out there. But this is like a Lethal Weapon sort of duo. Actually, it is. Now that I think about it, that's kind of what not the plot, but the characters. One over the top, one he's crazy a bit, careless, and then the other, not chill and laid back, but still like grumpy kind of. And by saying that, I'm gonna go straight into the acting from this film. Again, Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson. Such a superb duo, and their acting is amazing. And it's very weird because, as I said before at the very beginning of this review, or this video, Samuel L. Jackson plays Deadpool, and Ryan Reynolds plays Nick Fury. And what I mean by that is not Nick Fury, Ryan Reynolds, he plays the bodyguard, and as his motto is like boring is best. And that was so weird to say come out of Deadpool's mouth. It's so different, and I love that, because he's not playing Deadpool. This is not like a Deadpool-like film. It's different. It really is different, and I love that. And Samuel Jackson is the one that's the careless, he's the Deadpool one, which is really fun to see, because again, like, looking at him at Nick Fury, it's all about strategy and like that, and then there's this hitman that he's playing, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care if he gets injured. He doesn't care. It's just really interesting to watch, because it's something I haven't seen from calling him Nick Fury again, from Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson. So that's always great. And Salma Hayek, probably in it for less than 30 minutes of the film, but was such a great character. She was so funny. She was definitely a highlight for my dad now when we saw it. So yeah, look out for her. I think I mostly covered that. Now to the action. I feel plenty of people are going to look at this movie and go, oh, it's going to be a cliche action film. And for the most part, you kind of get that. Just a little bit. When their action is action, it's fun to watch. It's very entertaining action. It's not the boring, you know, oh, I'm fighting and this is the cliche fighting. They come up with some pretty clever fight scenes, and I'm pretty sure you got that from the trailers. Again, I'm not going to go into detail of some of that, because if I go into detail, then I guess I'm spoiling, but I will say one of the very first actual, like, scenes that is like an action scene involves an extended rated R version of the scene with Nick Fury and the Winter Soldier. The scene when he's in the car and he gets like totally just busted, or he doesn't get busted, but yeah, you get my point. It's like an extended version of that, an extended rated R, and oh, it made my hairs on my arm just totally go up, and I loved it. And then it's funny too how they incorporate the comedy into it. There's a scene in the trailer where Ryan Reynolds, he's got a guy hanging, and he's asking for the gun because it's too far and he can't reach it when he's like trying, like the guy's Ryan Reynolds is hanging the guy with a chain, and the guy shakes his head no, and Ryan Reynolds is like, really, give me the gun, and I don't know why, but I laughed so hard. So yeah, the comedy was also really funny. It was weird for me, because there wasn't one joke that I didn't laugh at. It was either like a little snicker, or I was cackling super hard. And the performances given by Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson up the ones that should have gotten just like or not even anything at all. Like, there's a line in this movie. It's my favorite line in the whole movie. I don't know why. But Samuel L. Jackson says, as careless, or not as careless, but like he's saying it like he's super professional about it. But it's just like he threw it out of his mouth. He was like, if life hands you shit, make Kool-Aid. I don't know why I laughed so hard in the theater. I think. And then Ryan Reynolds responds to that with, yeah, I'm not so sure that's how that works. But it's funny. It's that kind of humor really got me. And if you're expecting just like a normal cliche action film with, you know, the comedy or whatever, you're gonna be a little disappointed. That's not what I was expecting from this film. I was expecting just an overall good time. I didn't know what I was going in for. But, this movie had some heart to it, which is really, really incredible to actually see. And while the movie starts, it starts and it's a cliche. And then as the movie progresses, there's development for these characters, and you really start feeling for these characters. And the development, it is all there, and it doesn't end until the end of the film. You learn more about these characters as the film goes on entirely. Kind of how the main characters, their relationship progresses throughout the film too. So it's really interesting to watch, and they talk a lot about love, because Samuel Jackson, you know, his wife is Salma Hayek in this movie, and everything he does is like, it's like kind of like for her. So there's a lot of very meaningful lines that come out of his mouth about love, and some very deep ones. Like some I was not expecting to go, whoa. Yeah, it's a weird thing to say, and it makes me love this movie so much more. I honestly, this movie, I don't know. I have a really big soft spot for this film, and I'm very pleased to say that this is in the probably top 5 or top 10 of 2017 so far for me. So this movie was really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's always great when Samuel Jackson quotes the Bible again. So like when he did it in Pulp Fiction, it was just so iconic. So it's really funny hearing him do it again. There was that, yeah. And the comedy, by the way, it's not all like really stupid comedy like that. there's some really good jokes in there. Like, there's not even run-on gags. They got that whole thing planned out, and I feel like they just kind of let Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson go for it. There was a scene where they were in a car, and Samuel Jackson was just singing. And he sings a lot in this movie, by the way, or just enough, to the point where at the end credits, I think that's him singing. So yeah, somebody should give him a Grammy. But he's singing in the car, and Ryan Reynolds is just so pissed. And he's so angry, and he's like, oh my lord, please stop. And he's like so annoyed that he just starts singing. And he's really high-pitched about it, and like a little girl's voice when he's singing. And it's like watching a singing contest. And it's so funny because they're just like it's like, oh my lord. Okay, yeah, so there was that. I'm sorry. I saw the movie last night. I had to give myself a full day to process. Because again, I walked out like, oh my god, I love this movie. And it's been a day, and I still love this movie. And I think that's great. I'm very excited, and I really hope this movie does well. Because the acting's great, the action's great, and the comedy is funny. And there is a real meaning and like love and heart to this film. So if you've got all four of that, I think you're set. Ooh, and I should also mention, the director has some really great moments too. And even the editor. The editing at the beginning was the normal cliche, which is why I'm scared for this film. It was like, you know, oh, there's some action going on here, some action going on here, oh, we're flushing that, now there's action, now there's action, now there's action, like cuts and parts. And that wasn't fun. But as the movie progressed, the editing got a lot better, and the movie's director had some really great moments where the one character will be in the middle of the shot and everything will be going on behind him. And I loved it when they did that. I absolutely loved it, because you would see his reaction and the action and some even other reactions of other people, like extras. And there's one whole scene where I think for like 5 minutes, you just got Ryan Reynolds in the front of the camera just talking like to originally to like a bartender, then to like a wall, and everything is going on behind him, and he's just kind of like, nope, and it's so funny. So yeah, I liked that. I really loved it, and I hope you guys all enjoyed too. It comes out next week, August 18th, I believe. So yeah, I really hope you guys see this movie. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I mean, you know, it could also just be like, you know, like when you see a screening of a film, then it's just kind of like a little bit more, you know, like, oh, yay. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Take care. Please leave a like, subscribe, and Hitman's Bodyguard, coming out in theaters August 18th. And, if life hands you shit, make Kool-Aid.